Have you ever had that feeling deep down that you're capable of more? That the reality you see every day isn't the only one out there? Well, today we're diving into Dr. Joe Dispenza's Becoming Supernatural, a book that says ordinary people have the power to do some truly extraordinary things. Let's jump in.
Okay, so this one idea, it's pretty much the foundation for everything we're about to talk about. It's this idea that maybe, just maybe, the laws of reality are more like suggestions. And this isn't some new agey thing either. The book kicks off with this incredible ancient story that really puts this whole idea to the ultimate test.
So picture this, a yogi in a cave who sees a solid rock wall, not as a barrier, but as a field of pure possibility. And by changing his perception, he changed reality, leaving his handprint inside the stone. The lesson he literally left carved in stone is that what we believe, that's what we experience. Which makes you wonder, right? If we all have this crazy power, why does so many of us feel so, well, stuck?
Well, the book's answer is pretty simple. Most of us are stuck in survival mode. Think about it like you're constantly running from a tiger, but the tiger isn't actually there. Our bodies get hooked, literally chemically addicted, to the rush of stress hormones from all our problems and our past baggage. You wake up, you think about your problems, and boom, you feel anxious. That anxiety then just feeds more anxious thoughts. It's this vicious cycle that keeps us chained to our past. So right here, you can see the two roads we can take. On one side, you've got survival. That's all about living from the past. You're pumped full of stress hormones, you're fixated on problems, and you see your body as just physical matter. But then there's this other path, creation. And this is about living for a brand new future. It's driven by awesome emotions like joy and gratitude, and it's about seeing your body as a field of energy and endless possibility. We all get to choose, but man, breaking free from that survival state can feel next to impossible. Let's look at a story that shows just how deep that trap can go. I mean, take Anna. Here's a successful psychotherapist, loving family, beautiful home. From the outside, her life looked perfect. But her story is just this gut punch of a reminder of how one single traumatic event can lock our bodies into the past and just open the door for survival and disease.
And the timeline of what happened next, it's just devastating. It all starts in 2007 with the massive emotional trauma of her husband's suicide. A year later, that emotional pain starts showing up physically. She wakes up one day paralyzed. By 2011, after just living in this internal state of constant stress, she gets a cancer diagnosis. It's a straight line, you see. Her body was living out the emotional reality of her past, and it was telling her genes to create disease. She had absolutely hit rock bottom. But this was her turning point and her breakthrough. Lying on the floor in total despair, the thought of her kids being left all alone, it sparked something. She realized that if she was going to change, her decision had to be stronger than her body's addiction to all that suffering. It couldn't just be a wish. It had to be a command with real, raw emotion behind it. So where did she find that power? And that brings us right to the book's core method for creating a totally new future. And listen, this isn't just about wishful thinking. It's a very specific practice of mentally rehearsing a future so clearly, so vividly, that you actually teach your body and your brain to believe it's already happened. Okay, so here's the absolute key to all of this. Your brain literally does not know the difference between something that's really happening and something you're just intensely imagining. So when you mentally rehearse a new future, you're basically installing the neurological wiring for it. But the real magic? That happens when you add in an elevated emotion, gratitude, joy, love. That 1-2 punch of a clear intention and a powerful feeling, that's what sends a brand new signal to your body. You're basically telling your genes, hey, time to write a new future, starting right now. All right, to make this super practical, let's look at a different kind of example. We're not talking about healing a disease this time, but creating a life opportunity. The author's son, Jace, was coming home from this epic 7-month surf trip. He needed a new job, but he wanted to do it on his own terms. And his process was so simple, but wow, was it powerful. First up, a crystal clear intention. He just used the letter J to symbolize it. Step 2, he got super specific about what that job would look like. But step 3, this is the most important part. He had to feel the emotion of that future now. He didn't just think about having the job, he practiced what it would feel like to already have it. Empowered, free, grateful, way before it was actually real. And result? It's pretty mind-blowing. He didn't send out a single resume, not one. He walks into a surf shop,
gets into a random conversation with the world's top surfboard fin designer, and gets offered a job that was a perfect match for his list. See, by lining up his internal world, his thoughts and his feelings with that future he wanted, the opportunity wasn't hunted down, it was literally drawn to him.
Okay, so creating a job, that's one thing. But the book takes this whole concept even further. It gives us proof of people overcoming these really severe, long-term physical problems that honestly, modern medicine had basically given up on. And this is the question that really pushes the whole idea to its limit, right? Can this practice actually work for severe, chronic physical pain? I mean, we're talking about constant, agonizing pain from a real physical injury. Can you really think your way out of that? Well, meet Jenny. Her story is just a profound example. After a really bad car accident, she was left with this debilitating back pain. For years, her entire life was defined by this injury, by everything she couldn't do, and by all the treatments that just didn't work. I mean, her condition was all-consuming. This wasn't just a sore back. We're talking about constant, searing pain that controlled every single moment. Walking was a battle, sitting was torture, and even sleep was no escape. For 2 whole years, every single treatment failed. She had a major surgery scheduled just a week away. It was her last hope, when her husband convinced her to go to one last workshop. So during a meditation at this workshop, something incredible happened. She was guided to move her awareness out of her body and into what the book calls the quantum fields, this place of pure consciousness beyond space and time. And in that place of infinite possibility, totally free from her physical identity, she was just overwhelmed by this feeling of unconditional love. In that moment, she wasn't Ginny with the bad back. She was just awareness, and there was absolutely no pain. When the meditation ended, she just stood up. By herself, for the first time in years, she walked without a limp. The pain, it was gone. Not just a little better. Gone. She canceled the surgery. And the book says she's been pain-free ever since. She literally gave her body a new mind, and her body responded by creating a new reality. You know, these stories are so much more than just inspiring tales. They all point to one single powerful takeaway, a complete rethinking of who you are and what you are truly capable of. And this is the essential truth the book is trying to tell us. You are not permanently defined by your past, by your body, or even by your genes. The old way of thinking says our genes are our destiny, but this new understanding, it suggests that our thoughts, our feelings, our choices, those are the signals that tell our genes what to do. You're not a victim of your biology, you're the conductor of the orchestra. So let's wrap this all up. What's the path? It's knowing that your mind can directly change your body. It's about choosing to live in these elevated emotions, not just for a moment, but making it your new way of being. Because that's what sends new healing information through your body. The big idea here is you don't have to wait for your future to arrive. You can start living in it right now. And so that's the final thought to leave you with. The book suggests that a new reality isn't something you have to go out and build from scratch. It already exists, as a possibility, in this infinite field of potential. It's just waiting for you to tune into it. So the only real question is, if your future is calling, are you listening?